Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, I want to talk about a potential free agent that the Miami Heat can go after. We have one roster spot left, and we currently don't have a backup center off of our bench or a backup big in general, outside of possibly Nico Jovic. I mean, I don't know if he's going to come off the bench or start or not, but right now our front court rotation is just Bam Adebayo, Kalel Ware, and Nico. And we have a bunch of guards on this roster after we just re-signed Drew Smith to a 3-year deal. So we have a ton of guards, and we need to add some size, and we need to add someone on a very cheap contract. And so for this episode, I want to talk about Emoni Bates, who is a former Cleveland Cavalier. The Cavs drafted him in 2023. He recently played on a two-way contract with the Cavs for their G League team, the Cleveland Charge. And he showed potential in the G League, but he's had limited playing time in the NBA. And again, I'm talking about adding the 15th man on the roster and via free agency right now and trying to stay under the luxury tax. So there's going to be no one really great, obviously, and someone who's not going to really play a ton. But still, we need to add some size onto this roster. He is someone who's about 6'10" and has, again, shown versatility and potential. The Cavs recently declined to extend him a qualifying offer, so he is a free agent. And in terms of his basketball career, it's been a mix of potential and inconsistency. So it's been difficult to define how good he actually is or can be. But again, he's shown flashes of brilliance as a scorer, particularly with his shooting. But again, his overall strength, um, you know, is the shooting and offensive end, but he needs to refine his defensive capability, especially if he wants to play with the Miami Heat. But in terms of his statistics for the Cleveland Charge in the G League, he played very well. He averaged 18.6 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and he did have elite shooting in the G League level, so he does have a really quick release, and he has limitless range, and he has the ability to make contested shots, which is important. And he is someone who can score in multiple ways, including off the dribble, and he does even have a little bit of a nice touch when it comes to the floater game. And that is something that is valuable, that he is a 6'10" guy who could obviously stretch the floor, but put the ball on the floor a little bit and get to the basket is also huge. Rebounding, he does rebound decently well for the limited minutes that he's been able to play. He uses his size to grab contested rebounds pretty effectively. And again, his ability to shoot off the dribble is good. He's not just a catch and shoot big. He has the ability to shoot off the dribble, which is great, especially in transition, which could be a major weapon for him. Defense is, again, something that he needs to work on if we're looking at some of his inefficiencies or weaknesses. And he struggled on defense, and he needs to get better in terms of positioning and just having better rotational skills and more awareness. But that can be taught. Like, he's 22, 23 years old, super young. He's not considered an elite athlete, which could impact his ability to finish at the rim and create some plays. So those are some things that are of concern. But other than that, he is someone who can come off the bench, who can hit the three ball, and someone who doesn't hesitate to shoot. So I think that's valuable. Someone who could rebound, someone who can hit the three. The defense like that does worry me, but again, he's not going to play much. He's the 15th man on the rotation. We just need to add size in case of injuries. Like, if Bam or Nico or Kalel get hurt, we only have two guys that are 6'9" or above. And so everybody else on our team is either guards or wings. And even the wings that we have are smaller. Jaime Jaquez, 6'6". Pella Larson, 6'5". So we do just need to add size, and he is a prospect. And who has the best developmental system in the NBA? Like, the Miami Heat have turned undrafted guys into gems that are now playing and have gotten contracts with different teams like Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, just to name a few, Derek Jones Jr. Like, we've turned guys who are undrafted players and helped build their confidence and gave them an opportunity. So I think part of basketball is getting an opportunity. And I think putting him in the Miami Heat system, Eric Spoelstra can help him, especially defensively. And again, he's the 15th man off the roster. He's not going to get a ton of playing time, but I like his skill set. I like what he brings to the table. He shot 37% from three only in 10 games. He's actually 21 years old, going to be 22. So he did play 10 games with the Cavs, actually. Like, so limited NBA minutes, played a ton of time in the G League, but he was able to shoot 37% in those 10 games. As someone who's 6'10", pretty good percentage. And that is something we want Bam and Kalel to be able to do. Obviously, next season is shoot 36, 37, 38%. And if we have a guy off the bench that can do that, that's going to be super beneficial for this team. So let me know your thoughts. Again, he's a prospect, but he's someone who's young, someone who's probably thirsty to get an opportunity, someone who could possibly develop into a good two-way player, which is what the Miami Heat needs, and just another big off the bench. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Emoni Bates would be a good target as a very cheap free agent for the 15th roster spot on this team?